Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. And our topic for today, but healing your body, and with the tools of access consciousness. And it is a big topic because for a lot of people, healing their body, like everyone would like to do it, and everyone did so much effort towards this. And at the same time, still, let's say there are some obstacles. Like you do your efforts, you run certain body processes or clearings, processes, and then you may recognize some change, and then there is no change or things get worse, and you start to doubt your capacities. And this whole topic is about what are the elements in order to have this capacity of healing your body or healing others. And one of the part is make your body listen to you. Like, where have you decided that your body is not listening to you? And, to have that clear communication between you and your body, that if you would like to tell something your body, then your body would listen to you, and it would create the changes that you desire. But at the same time, you also need to listen to the body. You can have an expectation that your body would listen to you, but we also need to make sure that you also recognize what the body desiring from you, or the symptoms that are showing up in the body, what are they related to? So it's sort of like a two-way communication that is required in that sense as well, to be able to give instructions to the body, but also to be able to listen to your body, like what's happening in the body. Hopefully everyone managed to select their language so they can hear the translator. I think there is a globe icon, and if you click on it, you can find your languages, or maybe it even shows up on the screen. Obviously, it's different if you are using a desktop or if you are using a mobile phone. So hopefully it works for everyone. Cool. And and the other thing is, what are the forms that we could use to heal the body? Obviously, you can run clearings, but when you focus on clearings, then in other ways we are focusing on all the things that are not going well, and oftentimes people fall into that trap or into that mistake of keep running clearings nonstop, and that sort of contributes to generate more problems, because the topic of the clearing is all the things that doesn't work. Cool. And so we also will practice not just running clearings, but also choosing. So when you start to choose about your future, about the different forms of and types of healing for your body, it's also really valuable and useful and necessary to do. And and also starting to ask questions from the body, like what does your body actually require, or what's the purpose of the symptom, or what is happening, what is that symptom, what who does that belong to, for example, and what is the value of keep running this symptom, or what is it that the body want to tell you by having that symptom. So it's like being like a detective. You need to sort of not just give instructions to the body, but also need to figure it out, what is happening with your body. Cool. Do you have any questions so far? So our main topic is healing your body, and we would like to invite everyone to this online one evening course about healing your body with the tools of Access consciousness, to not just talk about what is it and what is required, but also to practice and run clearings on all the points of view and also experience that you had about failing to change your let's say your symptoms, or clear, this, try and uncreate the symptoms you have, and get into ease with your body, and allow the body to start the healing process. And also, when we start to ask questions, we can also figure it out, how long the body would be in that state with the symptoms, or how long will the recovery will take. So how many points of view do we have about healing the body? And what have we decided about how and through which symptoms should we go through until the body will recover fully? Or will it recover fully? Or actually, is that an illness that you have, or what you have is already the recovery symptoms from something? Or how much of your let's say illness is about your body, or how much of that is about someone else, or how much of that is an information that you were unwilling to receive? And what is the change that can show up once you start to receive that information? How many, let's say, long-term illnesses you have that doctors told you that it's impossible to recover from that, because once you have it, you will have it for eternity. And everything that brings up you destroy and uncreate. So another thing is, as I mentioned before, it's to have more clarity about your symptoms, the origin of the symptoms, and the reason and the purpose for the symptoms. And the other part is about who can be a contribution, or what method, or even what diet, or what activities could be a contribution for the recovery, if your body would require that. So being able to ask questions from the body and have clarity about it is also really, really useful. So we will practice that as well, and we will also run lots of questions, not just clearings, because a question can open up a space towards greater possibilities, possibilities that you didn't have or didn't recognize before. So are you willing to have more ease with your body? Are you willing to have a different reality with your body? Are you willing to honor your body and the capacities that your body has? And also, are you willing to recognize these capacities? And then there is that part when people think that they don't have true or pure healing capacities, or some people says that they had it, but it somehow disappeared. So everywhere you are lacking your healing capacities, we'll also run processes on this topic to allow all the hidden healing capacities you have to bring to the surface. So anything that doesn't allow you to have total ease, joy, and glory with your body, will destroy and uncreate that too. So that is also a big topic that we will cover during this evening class, that to bring up to the surface your hidden capacities, or capacities that are not that hidden, but you made them wrong and put them into hiding them. Cool. Any questions so far? Okay. Regarding the time and date, so do we have it on the 6th of December? Is that right? Or are we happy with that? Cool. So it will be the same time, right? Like 7 p.m. Taiwan, Taipei time. And it's 3 hours. And we will have a break in the middle. Of course, there will be a recording as well in English and in your language. It will be translated by Claire. And you will receive all the recordings. What else should we discuss today? What else would be a contribution for the people to have more clarity about healing their body? And this thing it's not just about healing your own body. So if you are a practitioner, if you are let's say a facilitator, or then with these tools, you can use it for your clients as well. So it will sort of like multiply the value if you are willing to receive all the tools and practice and use the tools from your clients. So what would it take to have ease, joy, and glory with our bodies, with our healing capacities, and with our clients to create even greater changes for their bodies and their being? And, you know, if everyone can have sort of like more capacity and ease, then what is the magic that can show up now? So you have a question, Claire? Oh, please. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So to the question that, like, can we activate the healing capacities in our body? One part is that, and it's really nice and it's really cool that sort of like in your question, there is sort of like the information itself that everyone has the healing capacity. And you as a being, you have a healing capacity, and your body as well, healing capacity. And it's not just healing others, but a recovery capacity as well. And oftentimes there is nothing, it's a trick. Oftentimes there is no healing capacity that has to be sort of like activated because it's like active for everyone. It's rather about we don't recognize how it works. But of course, there are certain situations when we have to sort of like activate it. It's like imagine that you have 5 senses, or of course we have 6. And imagine that you never used your eyes. Like if you never opened your eyes, it's like it's a capacity that you have that you never practiced, you never used. And sort of like we need to, as well, in this case, for these people, we need to activate it. And then that would sort of like, it's like an invitation for the body, for that capacity to open up and start to be available for you, the being. And actually, what have you decided about what is easy and what is heavy, or what is heavy and light? So actually, it's not a big deal to activate it if it wasn't active, or if you made any promises for whatever reason. Like for a lot of people, it happens like that they had, like, a lot of people being like healers in previous lifetimes, and you know, sometimes it happens like when you have a failure, then you rather make these oaths and vows and promises that you will never ever heal anyone else because you don't want to face this failure or being unsuccessful, or seeing friends or family members to pass away. So, and in this case, oftentimes we do these promises that I will never ever heal anyone, or I will never ever use my healing capacities ever. And so yes, there are situations when we need to truly activate it. Most of the time it's already active. So we just need to recognize that it exists and also recognize how it works. Because there are different forms of healing that is done by the body. Like there's sometimes when the body does like sort of like removing the pain, like destroying the pain or taking out the pain from the client's body. Or there is also that capacity when it takes over the illness. So all the physical symptoms and the physical reality that was in the client's body, and the energetic part as well. And so the illness will show up and get sort of like realized in the physical body. And this is a capacity as well, when you take over your client's illness. So your client will be healthy again, but then you will be the one who is sick. And it is a really amazing capacity, a little bit dangerous and uncomfortable, but if you have no points of view about it, of course, you can use this one as well. So we need to really have clarity about what is the capacity, what we have, like in which ways can our body heal others or heal itself. So what have we decided truly about the body? What have we decided about our healing capacities? What have we decided about our clients and their problems? Or what have we decided about failure and everything that brings up to destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that for eternity? Yes. Do we have another question? Actually, how much are you committed towards healing, and what does it mean healing to you, in that sense of healing can only be physical, or it can only be energetic, and as a healer, what you should do, how you should perform the healing? We will go into this area as well. See that there is another question, or yeah. Yes. And another question is, yes, we do the recordings today. Okay. So how can we have more energy? Okay. So I think we really need to think about or be present with who we are. Like, am I the body or am I the being? And when you don't feel that, let's say, when you don't feel you have enough energy, or you feel that you are depleted, then whose reality is that? Because you are an infinite being, and can an infinite being be depleted? If yes, then why would you do that? Because you are infinite being. And can your body be sort of like depleted? And because of, we have like 24-hour days, and we have a sort of like a certain type of life habit, how we build our daily life, we think that every day we need to have like 6 to 8 hours sleep, and you have to sleep every day. because the daytime is long and the nighttime is long. So there is a lot of activity that you have to perform during your day. Therefore, every day you have to have many hours of relaxation and sleeping. But did you ever ask your body that does it require to sleep like 6 or 8 hours every day, or it's rather like less would be enough for the body? And enough in a way, it's so your body would fully get ready and refreshed, not just like, oh, I'm sort of like ready, but I'm dying of tiredness. So, and it's really interesting, like how many points of view do we have about how much sleep and what kind of sleep do we require, especially what kind of sleep does your body require of you? And when we start to clear all these points of view, then things start to change. Sort of like you start to go beyond time in this sense, like you won't get tired at night. You can have much more active hours during each and every day. You have another question as well, or it's just a comment? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So let's cover this. When we say this, like stabilize, and maybe it has a different meaning, but what if a relationship, okay, first of all, what's the purpose of a relationship? And because let's say in a relationship, at least there are two people, you and your partner. And it's obvious that both people, like both partners, can have the capacity to become happy just by themselves. So when you are just yourself alone at home, you can be happy. You don't need anyone else to make you happy. You can be happy just by yourself. And that's true for your partner as well. And oftentimes people get together and they forget that now they are together. They just keep living their life separately. Like they live together in a house. So physically they are together, even they have sexual intercourse and such things. But at the same time, the way they live their life, they don't think like the other person is not present in their space or not invited into their own space, like energetic space. So they keep looking for what can my partner do to me that will make me happy or that will make me content. So obviously this is not something that contributes to the relationship. And what I sense that the purpose of a relationship is to create more for your partner and have a partner who is also willing to create more for you, create greater, create more. So contributing to you, to have more fun, to have more ease, to have more joy, even to have more money. So what would it take to start to contribute to each other in a relationship? Because that is a really, really strong thing that creates a more stable, more solid, a longer lasting relationship. Because in order to make your partner happy, it means you need to listen to your partner. You need to be so present with your partner that if something is wrong with your partner, something wrong happens to your partner, or your partner is sad, you would recognize it immediately, and you can be there and contribute to your partner. So what will it take for everyone to sort of like recognize that they are in a relationship, and the purpose of a relationship is to contribute to each other? And what if we really start to be not selfish, but contribute to each other in a relationship? So let's go to the next question. We are already healed before we are aware of the yes, that's another thing, that the body does that, and it's not just the body what does it, but like how many times have you been part of certain healing societies or groups? So the main purpose of your life was to heal others. Therefore, anything that you make vital, valuable, real, and significant, that keeps running and controlling and affecting your life. That means your desires, your choices, your conscious and unconscious choices as well. So how much clarity are you willing to have in this topic in order to see clearly what's happening for you? What's happening with your body? For your body. So how much consciousness are you willing to receive and willing to like use to create a different reality? And anything that doesn't allow you to function from consciousness, will you now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate? Like anytime when you catch yourself that you started to project, you started to judge, even judge yourself, and you started to do all kinds of things that are not a contribution. So everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate everything that you decided about how long and how long should a like healing take, and when should it start? What will be a contribution, or how you should force your body to be healed or to heal others, and what promises you had. So we will of course go into that as well, because this is like during the class, because this is like strongly connected to the thing of healing. Yes. What is the next? Yeah, so like how much, yeah, there is this topic of how much are we choosing to be adults? And the connection between the two topics of aging and being an adult is that when you, like, how to say, like spiritually becoming an adult means that you are responsible for your life, you are responsible for your body and your health, and you are responsible for your future. Are you willing to recognize this and do everything that creates greater for you, for your body, for your health? So for example, if you are, let's say, acting as an adult with your body and with your reality, that means you still sense what's happening around you, but anything that is not a contribution, you don't really allow them to take your energy or take your power. Because when we are kids, most of the time we don't have control over things. And when you become an adult, when you start to have your own family or you live separately from your parents, then you start to recognize that you have a power and you are worthy just by yourself, and you can live your life based on your own terms. So are you willing to have your own reality no matter what? And are you willing to have your own terms no matter what? Yes. Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just imagine that your body can only do things. Yeah. Yeah. So imagine that in some sense there is nothing wrong with your body. That means your body is listening to you, but we give so many instructions consciously and unconsciously to the body, like how it should treat itself and how it should treat us. And there are many contradictory instructions. Like one day you say this, the next day you say the opposite. So there is nothing wrong with the body because it is willing to sort of like is willing to follow even our dumbest instructions. Like it doesn't judge what is your instruction, what is your belief, what is your judgment about the body. If you say, and if you believe that the body needs like 2 months or 4 months to fully recover from having a broken bone, then this is what your physical reality will be. So your body would sort of like generate this reality. And of course, like, does it work for you? Of course, it's easy to fit into everyone's reality, but does it work for you? Like, obviously, if you would like to recover faster than what you've learned in the past, then you need to allow yourself to go outside of this box, like go beyond the standards that we learned during, you know, our school years or high school years or university years. Like whatever you learned about the body that is not a contribution, let's destroy and uncreate and allow that to live your life. But everything else that is a contribution to you, allow that to show up and come into your life. So is that clear that actually you can ask anything from your body if you stop being like contradictory? Like even if you say like, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I forget about this. What do? You just put more significance on this thing of so let's say you lose your memory or you just forget about doing certain things. And everything that brings up, do you destroy and uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that? Yes. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. So the question is that when it's about others, yeah, then we don't have lack. But lack and insecurity about what? I understand the timing, but insecurity and about what? Insecurity. Sorry, insecurity. What? Can you please just repeat? No, no, just this part. The insecurity about what? Mhm. Okay. So, what have you decided about our states, the state of your mind, the state of your, let's say, your body, or the state of your being? Like, if you feel, let's say, insecurity, then what's the value of that? Or what's the reality behind it? Like, what's the information behind it? And there is a great thing, and it's funny, when we have a situation, and let's say, how many, yeah, oftentimes it happens that women say that they are more emotional than men. Let's say this is like a standard, like women are more emotional than men. And what if that's oftentimes sort of like misinterpreted, in a sense that what is being emotional? Being emotional, let's say, it means that if something hurts you, or if something is, let's say, happening in your life that bothers you, then you start to sort of like, you start to decide that this thing that bothers you, the sensation of being bothered or being uncomfortable, it has much higher intensity. So, for example, let's say there is an uncomfortable situation around you, and when you are more emotional, then you decide, let's say this is not at level 3 in intensity levels, but this is like intensity level 6 or 9. So what you do when you are more emotional, you decide that your reaction has to be more intense to the situation. So there is a really high level of power, and you know, it's the control is in your hands. If you are willing to recognize, then you can change it. What have we decided about who we are and what can we do and what we cannot do? Like, when we decided that I, like, if I'm too sensitive, or if I feel, if I'm too emotional, then I cannot do something. Why do I make myself too emotional? Like, where have I decided that there are certain periods in my life when, like, randomly I have to sort of like increase the intensity of the situation of what I sort of like ready it out, what I show to the people, that whatever happens to me on certain days, I don't care. If the same thing happens on a special day or in a special occasion, or when I decided that I'm going to be emotional, then I will be really, really, really upset about it. So at the end of the day, we have the control over the situation. It also means we could change the situation for ourselves, because the problem is our response. Like, how intensely do we respond to a situation? But this is our decision, because we already decided that we will respond to the situation with much higher intensity. Hope it was clear. So everything that made vital, valuable, and real about it, will you now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that? Do we have one more question? Or was it? Yeah, let's say then this is the last question. Can you please repeat it again? I'm just not sure if I can hear it properly. Yes, because through definitions, we would limit our capacities and we have to fit into this reality. Yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Are you willing to have more clarity about the actions of your body, or how your body works? And when you start to have more clarity, then things will make sense. Or if you don't like how your body treats certain situations or how it acts in certain situations, you could start to change it. So the whole thing starts with the willingness to have more clarity about it. So I would really recommend to start to have a conversation with your body and get to that point of having clarity about why your body does certain things, and is it capable to change it, and can your body change it, and have a different reality, like have really more ease with how much it sleeps, or how fast it can be fully recovered, or what does it require to get fully recovered faster. And like I don't say there is anything wrong with sleeping more. It just, I would like to sort of like invite everyone to the reality that our body can treat much more activity during the day, and it may require much less sleep than how much we sleep. Like, sleeping is also just a tool. You don't have to make it significant. I had a client who was having like insomnia, and he had it for 10, 15 years, something like that, 1-5. And when we started to clear his points of view about it, then he started to have ease with his sleeping periods. So what is the reality that would work for you much better than the actual reality that you fit into? Are you willing to choose a different reality and start to explore that reality so you would have more clarity how it works for you and what you can do, how you can use it to your own, to create greater for yourself. So thank you so much for joining us today, and hope to see you next week on the 6th of December, which will be, the 6th of December will be a Friday at 7 p.m. Taiwan time. So what magic can show up, and in which many ways you can have a totally different reality with your body, with healing your body, with healing your clients, or be a contribution to their healing, and really change how we have a communication with our bodies and how effective a communication can be with the body. Because, you know, everyone's body is like a powerhouse. It has amazing capacities and amazing level of consciousness. So are you willing to use that consciousness and the capacities of your body? So please join us and bring your questions to the class. Which is next week, Friday evening at 7 p.m. your local time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claire, and thank you, Mia, and have a really beautiful evening. See you. Bye-bye.